Deadpool and Wolverine is one of this summer's hottest premieres. But why was the gap after the second film of the franchise so huge?
I had a lot of questions. I'm sure you had a lot of questions, but rest assured, we're going to answer them right now.
How did Ryan Reynolds manage to bring Hugh Jackman back from his Wolverine retirement? What do we know about the plot of the upcoming blockbuster? And how many X-Men are going to appear in it?
Spoilers ahead.
The long journey. In case you forgot, Ryan Reynolds first played Deadpool in the movie X-Men Origins Wolverine. Fans hated the film, as the foul-mouthed merc was far from his comic book roots. After all, he literally didn't have a mouth. Incredibly, that movie motivated Ryan to do right for the character.
Anything could happen, and that's sort of what I love about this universe and this world is,
He relaunched it with Deadpool, and it was a success. Its sequel was even bigger, becoming the highest-grossing R-rated movie in history. What's more interesting, it featured a memorable post-credits scene. The titular merc goes back in time to erase his appearance in X-Men Origins from the annals of history. However, the third film of the franchise was left aside after Disney purchased Deadpool's home studio, 20th Century Fox. Reynolds revealed that he pitched about 18 ideas to the studio boss, Kevin Feige. But at the time, none of that worked out, until he got a call from his longtime friend. Pairing made in Hollywood heaven. The major reason why Reynolds never regretted doing X-Men Origins was meeting Hugh Jackman. The actors have been poking fun at the film that brought them together, often as part of their fake online feud. Years went on, and Jackman's brooding mutant got eventually killed off in Logan.
I'm sort of upset that he's hung up the claws for Wolverine. I felt like I missed my window to have Deadpool and Wolverine working together.
Hugh shared that he had zero plans about returning to his most famous character. However, after he saw the Deadpool movies, the actor understood he'd enjoy being a part of such a project. And one sunny day, when he was driving down to the beach, he realized what he needed to do. Jackman stopped his car and called his pal Ryan.
And I just said, let's do it. I had to ring my agent and said, oh, by the way, I've just committed to a movie.
So Ryan, Hugh, and their friend, director Shawn Levi, started working on a proper big-screen team-up of the superhero characters.
But this pairing, that's new, and that's a why.
The super secret plot. There's loads of speculation about what to expect from Deadpool and Wolverine.
The fact that it's not Deadpool 3, it's Deadpool and Wolverine, doesn't really feel like a sequel, but also it's a totally separate film.
But here's what we know for sure. The movie takes place 6 years after the events of Deadpool 2. Wade Wilson is not a katana-wielding mercenary anymore and works as a used car salesman. One day, while celebrating his birthday with his friends, he's been approached by the TVA agents. An organization that monitors the multiverse, Time Variance Authority, is known from the series Loki. And now its boss, Mr. Paradox, informs Deadpool that there's a greater mission in store for him. He's been chosen to save his home universe. And that somehow sets Wade on a collision course with Wolverine. However, he's not the character from the past X-Men movies. He's an alternate reality version of the adamantium-clawed berserker.
Logan takes place in 2029, totally separate thing. Logan died in Logan, not touching that.
And although Wolverine is so to say reluctant to team up with Deadpool, the two have to stand up against the new supervillain. Cassandra Nova, played by Emma Corrin, is a psychic with a complicated comic book history.
Cassandra sort of the third that they never asked for.
A super powerful telepath, she's technically an alien, but also kind of a twisted sister of Professor Xavier. And she is not coming alone. So, who else will show up? Let's start with the good guys. As we know from the trailer, Deadpool's pals from the previous 2 movies are definitely on board. That includes Blind Al, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and Colossus. As for the bad guys, it has been revealed that Sabretooth will come back as Wolverine's sworn enemy. In the first X-Men film, Sabretooth was one of Magneto's henchmen, and we have all the reasons to think that his time in the MCU will be short-lived. One of the leaked images showed Deadpool carrying his severed head. Another confirmed X-Men character is the fire-manipulating mutant Pyro, and there will be many more, as Shawn Levi promised that the movie is going to be peppered with X-Men cameos.
Because it's an MCU movie, the access to certain characters and certain mythology was pretty unrestricted.
However, most of them remain a secret. So the wildest rumors have been swirling, ranging from Taylor Swift to Jennifer Garner's Elektra. Some fans suspect the Hulk's possible appearance, as the big guy and Deadpool have crossed paths many times in the comics. But that certainly won't be the Eric Bana version of the character.
I can't see that happening, I'm sorry, Jess.
Moreover, the eagle-eyed fans have spotted Juggernaut in his distinctive helmet. But Vinnie Jones revealed he turned down the role because of the mental toll of wearing the muscle suit.
You can't do anything all day. You can only drink through a straw, and so we couldn't strike the deal for Deadpool.
Also, there's a strong indicator that Lady Deathstrike will be coming back for this new movie. This mutant with long adamantium fingernails can be spotted behind Cassandra in this photo. Among others, spied mutants in the Deadpool trailers and leaked stills are Azazel and Toad, and there'll definitely be a bigger threat: the terrifying purple smoke monster Alioth. Known from the show Loki, it briefly shows up in the trailer right before Deadpool and Wolverine jump into the portal. But let's move on to one more important question. How young is too young to see this movie? Just like the first two Deadpool films, the third installment is rated R for its titular character's foul-mouthed antics. This is the first movie with such rating for Disney and for many Marvel fans. Although their first F-bomb was dropped in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, this time the family-friendly Empire is ready to take much more risks.
Thank you, Kevin Feige. Love you, Kevin Feige. Thank you, MCU.
So the movie is best for adults and older teens who will understand and appreciate its crude and insulting humor. And don't forget about its incredibly violent scenes. But even with such restrictions, Deadpool and Wolverine is slated to be a box office hit, which means that the sequel ideas will be very much welcomed by the studio. In other words, what's next? It's unclear if Reynolds and Jackman are going to make more Marvel movies after this. However, it was already reported that a new X-Men film is in development. Kevin Feige refused to comment on this yet, but he'll definitely be more open to talk about it when Deadpool and Wolverine comes out. On the other hand, Hugh and Ryan teased that they are already eyeing a project to work on together again.
We have one we're looking to do soon. I would say that ours is like any relationship that is successful and works. It's that two parties are rooting for each other.
Surprisingly, this potential project doesn't even involve superheroes, but most probably they won't start the production in the near future, because Ryan needs to spend some quality time with his family.
My middle daughter said, well, Daddy, when can you stop Deadpooling? I said, soon, baby, I promise. Daddy's gonna do nothing for a year after this.
Would you want to see more of Deadpool and Wolverine bromance? Share with us in the comments. And thanks for watching.